catastrophic monsoon storm shattered Prescott Valley, Arizona on Monday night, unleashing torrential downpours, devastating flash floods, and ferocious wind gusts that knocked down traffic signals, uprooted trees, and triggered high-stakes swift water rescues. The severe weather system, fueled by intense atmospheric instability over Yavapai County, turned normally dry washes into raging rivers and plunged hundreds of homes into darkness as power transformers exploded across the region. Local authorities have locked down multiple heavily flooded roads, while emergency crews scramble to clear massive fields of debris left behind by the single most destructive storm event of the 2026 Southwest monsoon season so far. The severe weather event began late Monday afternoon when an isolated, superheated atmospheric column collided with tropical moisture drawing up from the south. Within less than an hour, massive cumulonimbus cloud towers loomed over the west slope of Mingus Mountain and the Coyote Springs area. The National Weather Service, NWS, quickly broadcast an emergency flash flood warning for northern Prescott Valley, as radar data indicated multiple inches of localized rain dropping in a matter of minutes. Winds sweeping across the valley floors picked up speed rapidly, with gusts strong enough to completely topple a semi-truck on its side along State Route 89A. Eyewitness accounts described visibility instantly dropping to near zero as heavy sheets of rain and golf ball-sized hail hammered residential neighborhoods, creating an apocalyptic landscape. Wow. Millions of gallons of water cascaded down rock formations onto the hardened, unyielding desert topsoil. Normally dormant creek beds and sandy arroyos transformed into churning, muddy torrents, carrying massive debris fields. The northern sector of Prescott Valley bore the brunt of the water volume. Severe flash flooding swamped key arterial streets, leaving a path of destruction through several prominent sectors. The Roundup Drive corridor. Flooding completely submerged the road between Viewpoint Drive and Robert Road, trapping vehicles in fast-moving mud. Deep water zones quickly pooled north of Spouse and Roundup, threatening nearby residential structures. State Route 89. A high winds and standing water paralyzed transit, highlighted by the dramatic overturning of a commercial semi-truck. As water levels crested to historic heights, municipal infrastructure collapsed under the pressure. Dozens of large trees were torn from their roots, crashing directly into public thoroughfares. Traffic signals were completely disabled or physically ripped down by high winds, turning major intersections into highly hazardous dark zones. As streets rapidly filled with rushing water, emergency response assets with the Central Arizona Fire and Medical Authority, CAFMA, were deployed to the field. Firefighters and specialized rescue teams navigated through rising waters to execute 3 separate critical swift water rescues. In each incident, a single driver had attempted to cross a flooded roadway before their vehicle was swept off the pavement by the force of the current. Acting quickly under treacherous conditions, CAFMA responders extracted the trapped motorists from their sinking vehicles. Local officials have confirmed that no injuries or fatalities were reported from these specific operations. For local families, the storm brought sudden heartbreak and extensive financial damage. Residents who spent years cultivating property landscaping watched their hard work wash away in minutes. Prescott Valley resident Barajas recounted the harrowing experience to local journalists. Our backyard is completely destroyed. We've been landscaping it over the last couple of years on our own, and pretty much everything that we've done is completely undone. The electrical grid took repeated hits from lightning and falling trees. Arizona Public Service, APS, reported widespread localized power outages, leaving hundreds of customers completely without electricity through the night as repair crews struggled to access blown transformers amid ongoing downpours. Town officials and the American Red Cross have issued strict directives as Prescott Valley transition into a massive cleanup and recovery phase. Widespread risks remain across Yavapai County. Turn around, don't drown. Never attempt to drive through any road covered by moving water. It takes less than 10 inches of rushing water to completely sweep a standard passenger vehicle off the road. Treat disabled signals as four-way stops. Any intersection featuring downed or dark traffic lights must be treated legally as a mandatory four-way stop. Respect. Active barricades. Do not circumvent yellow or red emergency tape and road barriers. Several routes remain actively undermined by subsurface erosion. Meanwhile, rain and strong winds moved into the Phoenix area Monday night, knocking out power to thousands and disrupting travel in the air and on the ground. Outflow winds of up to 50 miles per hour came into the Phoenix metro with scattered storms, according to the National Weather Service. Winds hit 68 miles per hour near Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. A gust of 53 miles per hour was recorded in Mesa. A ground stop was issued for flights from the Colorado, Southern California, and New Mexico areas heading to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Flights leaving Sky Harbor were delayed an average of 45 minutes due to the thunderstorms. As of 9:30 p.m., the FAA said, rain could be seen falling on Arizona Department of Transportation cameras near US 60 and Power Road in Mesa. As of 10:40 p.m., about 11,400 Salt River Project, SRP customers, and 1,300 Arizona Public Service, APS customers were without power, according to the company's websites. The rain also affected public transportation, with Valley Metro saying its A-line trains were delayed. Earlier in the evening, areas north of the valley received heavy rains that caused flooding. Central Arizona Fire said its crews responded to 3 water rescues in Prescott Valley. All were single-vehicle rescues with 1 occupant in each. People in Yavapai County are cleaning up after seeing severe flooding as monsoon storms rolled through the area Monday afternoon. Central Arizona Fire and Medical Authority said around 5 p.m. that crews responded to multiple areas with severe flooding north of Prescott Valley. In the area of Fulton Drive and Roundup Drive, witnesses said the water was more than 5 feet high. The flash floods were so powerful that they moved 4 shipping containers belonging to Yavapai Mechanical across the neighborhood. Around 8 p.m., crews were trying to move them back to the lot they belonged in. One of the shipping containers was miles down the road. Flooded areas include Roundup Drive between Viewpoint Drive and Robert Road, as well as a section of Prescott Valley north of Spouse and Roundup. Central Arizona Fire said its crews responded to 3 water rescues in Prescott Valley. All were single-vehicle rescues with only the driver involved. Drivers are advised to turn around, don't drown by not driving through flooded roads or around barricades. Residents in the area are asked to stay inside and keep the roads clear for emergency crews. Meanwhile, at least 6 people were reported dead in Nogales, Arizona, due to severe flooding triggered by a monsoon storm, State Representative Stephanie Hamilton said in a statement on July 19th. While Hamilton did not specify when all 6 deaths occurred, Nogales Fire Chief Kenneth LaRiva confirmed that the first fatalities were reported on July 16th in an email to News 4 Tucson. A man's body was recovered at approximately 10 o'clock local time on July 17th near kilometer 22 along the I-19, Santa Cruz County. Under Sheriff Gerardo Castillo told Nogales International, the body of a woman was recovered from the same location on July 18th. A 3rd victim was found later, but their gender wasn't immediately determined, Castillo reported. In a separate incident, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, PCSD, located a deceased male in the Santa Cruz River near the I-10 and I-19 interchange. Search operations began earlier at around 15:30 local time on July 17th, after PCSD received reports of a man being swept away by floodwaters down the Julian Wash in the Julian Drive and South Palo Verde Road area. The search was suspended after the individual could not be located. A separate search operation began later in the evening after the victim's family reported him missing from the same area. The family confirmed that the victim had developmental disabilities and functioned at the cognitive level of a 10-year-old, PCSD reported. Search and rescue operations continued on July 18th, and aerial instruments were used to locate the body as the river's water level dropped. PCSD confirmed that there were no signs of foul play. The Pima County Medical Examiner's Office will determine the cause and manner of death. The flood threat continues across southeastern Arizona through July 20th. A flash flood watch has been issued for Cochise, Graham, Greenlee, and Santa Cruz counties on the evening of July 20th. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying flood-prone locations, the National Weather Service, NWS, warned. Flash flood and severe thunderstorm warnings were issued by the National Weather Service in Flagstaff on Monday, July 20th. This warning applies to Coconino County in north-central Arizona. The flash flood warning was in effect until 7:45 p.m. The National Weather Service warns, "Get out of washes and creeks if you are camping or hiking. Flooding is occurring or imminent and will inundate creeks and washes." The National Weather Service in Flagstaff has issued a flash flood warning for Coconino County in north-central Arizona, Navajo County in north-central Arizona, until 7:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This includes the Colorado River between river miles 36 and 61, until 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time /7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 4:49 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain west of Winslow, along I-40. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Several viewers sent videos showing the storm pouring down on their neighborhoods, bringing pea-sized hail. Other residents noted that this storm was significantly worse than past weather events. "It was pretty wicked," said Prescott Valley resident Justin Hawker. "It was blowing sideways, and all the trees were freaking just laid over. It was pretty gnarly, pretty crazy wind." One viewer submitted video showing water rushing into the street as weather conditions changed rapidly. Another resident reported that her backyard flooded completely during the downpour. "The water standing behind the brick wall in our backyard, the water was literally coming through the cracks of the brick wall, and I've just never seen anything like that," said Prescott Valley resident Jacqueline Barajas. "It was crazy. I thought the brick wall was going to topple over." Barajas detailed how she has spent years on her backyard garden, only for it to be destroyed within hours. "Our backyard is completely destroyed. We've been landscaping it over the last couple of years. We've been doing it on our own, and pretty much everything that we've done for the last couple of years is completely undone," Barajas said. Officials are encouraging people to move to higher ground if they are located in flood-prone areas. Residents are also advised to stay inside their homes if possible to keep roadways clear for emergency crews. Most valley residents know how quickly and furiously storms can move in and out, bringing strong winds, dust, rain, and flash flooding. These storms can cause interruptions in services, such as water, power, and gas, stated Captain Ashley Losh of the Glendale Fire Department. The weather forecast for the week is expected to do a 180-degree turn, beginning with continued monsoon rain and ending with extreme heat. Coming off the weekend, where storms mostly remained in the high elevations, rainfall chances expanded back into the lower desert and valley on Monday and Tuesday, July 20th and 21st. They'll develop along the Mogollon Rim to the north and east, along with a 20 to 30% chance of storms surviving into the lower elevations in the evening. A few brief heavy downpours, wind gusts of 30 to 50 miles per hour, and light rain fell in the Phoenix area the evening of July 20th, with rain totals under 0.25 of an inch, the National Weather Service reported. Outflow winds moved through Metro Phoenix and swept southwest toward Gila Bend. The Weather Service issued a dust advisory and warned of low visibility on Interstate 8. Rain was heavy at times northeast of the valley, with as much as an inch of precipitation recorded near Sunflower on the Beeline Highway. East Valley locations saw a tenth to 4/10 of an inch. 3 people had to be rescued July 20th after a massive storm cell with torrential rain and high winds caused flash flooding in the Prescott Valley area, authorities said. Most storm activity is expected in the eastern higher terrain, with significantly higher rain chances, close to 70%, and more of the aforementioned storm threats. A flood watch will go into effect Tuesday afternoon and evening, July 21st, with possible rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour. The National Weather Service in Phoenix pointed out Gila County specifically, but the watch will be in effect for most of the eastern high country and southeast Arizona. It's especially warranted, given that some of these areas have seen up to 3 inches of rainfall since July 13th. Storm chances will remain high in the northern half of the state and the far southeast through Wednesday. The switch-up comes halfway through the week, as high pressure moves south and sets up between Texas and Arizona, making temperatures quickly jump near 110 degrees. Temperatures will stay in the 100 teens through the weekend, prompting an extreme heat watch to spread awareness beforehand. Heat risk will be at widespread major levels in central and southwest Arizona. The pattern is expected to last at least through early next week. While this change brings the heat, it does not fully eliminate rain chances in higher elevations, particularly above the Mogollon Rim.